Yes, welcome to another glimpse video where we try to explain the whole content in less than 10 minutes. But as I already said in part 1, I'm willing to make an exception for European put option because they are a little bit more complicated and we need to go into details. So anyway, now this is part 4. I already have made 3 videos prior to this one. So if you feel like you don't understand and you haven't watched those other videos, it's probably because you don't have the background information about this topic. So this is part 4. You should start from part 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there might be more parts like 5, 6, or possibly even 7, but least likely. So anyway, today we are talking about a European put option. Remember that a European put option gives the holder of the contract the rights but not the obligation to sell the asset. Meaning that we had previously said that the payout of this option, or the value of this option, is going to be at X. You receive the money with strike price of X, and then you give away the asset, and you'll only exercise only when you know you're going to get positive returns. Otherwise, you will not exercise the option, meaning that the value of the asset is more valuable, again has a higher price than the strike price. So you only exercise when the value of the asset is lower than the strike price. So anyway, now we are trying to use a binomial model to price this option. So here's an example. Suppose that you have a 2-period binomial model with maturity at 6 months. 6 months is 6 over 12, right? So it's going to be 1 over 2. It's going to be 1 over 2. Share with price of $90. So the price, which is going to be S0. This is the price of a share, and volatility of 10%, or you can just write 0, 0,1, 0, 0, 0,1. With strike price 92 rand, and you're gonna, so this is gonna be your strike price, and risk-free rate of 6%. So this is R, by the way. It's not something else, just R. 0, 0,06. So they say construct the share prices and the value of option, and the values of option, I will just add values of options. So another information that we need is the difference of times. So I have already stated that to find this, you will have to say T over N. We know that we have 2 periods, so it's going to be 1 over 4. 1 over 4. So anyway, now that we have this information, I will try to draw this graph. So here's a graph, right? So we are trying to fill out the value of the share as well as the value of the option, right, at each node. So as you can see, we have 3 nodes. We have this one, and this one. I'm not sure if you saw that, but anyway, who cares? Okay, so to find the value of the share at an up state, remember we are looking at a binomial model, so we have up and down. So to find the value of the asset at an up state, so let's say here, to find this value, we will have to use this value of the asset. So it's going to be, in this case, it's going to be S0 times U, right? To find this one over here, we basically say S1 times U, right? So this one is going to be S1. So this one is going to be S1. So I'm just giving you a heads up there, so that when I start to do the calculations, you know where they're coming from, right? So this is how you find the up state. To find the down state, let's say maybe you are looking for a value over here. You are looking for a value over here. So to find that value, you say S0 times D, right? So this, and then to find this value over here, you will say S1 times D. S1. This one, by the way, is going to be S1, right? Okay, fine. A heads up. So how do you find these values of S1 and SD? I mean, like, and D. So this is the formula you are going to use to find your U and your D. So your U, this is the formula to calculate your U, which is going to be E to power sigma. So sigma is the volatility parameter, which is at 10%, and the square root of change of time, and the change of time is going to be 1 over 4, and your answer is going to be 1,051. You do the same for this one, just that this one has negative 0,1, the square root of 1 over 4, and your answer is going to be 0,951. This is 0. My zeros are ugly. So anyway, so now that you have these values over here, you can find the value of these shares, right? So to find them, you will say that 90, you will say 90, I will have to remove these things, even this one. You will have to say 90 times U, and the answer you will find is going to be 94,61, right? So remember the U, you already calculated it over here. It's going to be 1,051. And to find the value of the share ahead down state is going to be 90. Can use a black pen. It's going to be 90 times D, right? So this value here, I also have to say S1, to say S. Okay, there's no need to write S1. Yeah, it's fine. So you will say 90 times D, and your answer is going to be 85,61. Okay, fine. To find again this value over here, it's going to be 90 DD, right? You will have 90 DD, and this answer is going to be your value of this option is going to be 84,43. And to find this one over here, you will say 90 UD. So whether it's 90 UD or 90 DU, it doesn't matter. The value, as you can imagine, is the same, and the U and D, they will basically cancel each other. So here again, for up, you will have 90 up, 90 up, and your answer is gonna be 99,47 actually, 47. So this is the value of your shares. So now you know how to calculate the value of your shares. So you just substitute the U and the D to the value, like to the previous amount of the share. So now there are two questions. Remember, it says that can construct the share prices. Now you already have constructed the share prices. Now you're going to find the value of the option. As I already said, the value of an option at maturity. So remember, this is a European option. It can only be exercised at maturity. So to find its value, you need to calculate its value at maturity. And I already gave you a thing. I say that it's going to be the strike price minus the value of the asset, right? Only when it's positive. So the strike price, you can only do this at maturity. So you can only calculate this at maturity, right? Using this formula. So at maturity, we know that the strike price is going to be 92. So you will have 92 minus 99,47, and the value of this option is going to be at what? Which color pencil should I use? It's going to be it's going to be, your answer is going to be negative, right? So your answer is going to be negative. If the answer is going to be negative, you're just going to write 0. So instead it's going to be 0. So here you will have 92 minus 90. So your answer is going to be 2. Your answer is going to be 2. It's positive, so you can just write it as 2. And then here your answer is your value of the share. It down is going to be 80 something. Yeah, no, it's 92. 92 minus 84,43, right? You only exercise when it's positive. So your answer here is going to be how much? It's going to be 7,57. So this is the value of your option. Now, unless if this is going to be an American option, you would still use the same method. But since it's not an American option, then you would have to now use this equation over here. So first of all, you need to find your Q, which is your risk neutral probability. So you can find your risk neutral probability using this formula over here. And then you're going to use this formula, which we have proved. No, we didn't prove it, but then you can use this formula. You basically multiply the value of the option at each node, so it had both up and down state, and then you discount it to the present, you discount it to the previous period. So to find this value for asset 1, again, so to find the value of the share at this point, let's just say for this point, you will need both this value. So before we do this, let's find the artificial probabilities. The artificial probability for this one, so you're basically going to substitute here. You will have E 0.06% times 1 over 4 times U, like minus D over U minus D, and the answer was going to be 0.61, 0.641, and here your answer is going to be 0.359, I think 359. I just have to make sure. Yes, it's 0.539. So these are your probabilities. I advise that you save your calculator. You save your answers on your calculators. Your calculator probably has like 9 storage memories. So anyway, you have your values of your artificial probabilities for both upstate and downstate. Now, for this value over here, for this one over here, just have to use for this one here, we are looking at this period, so which is up, right? So you will have E minus 0.06, does 0 look like a 6, 0.06, 1 over 4, and then the artificial probability for up is going to be 0.641. The value of the option for up is going to be 0, and then you will have 0.359. The value of downstate is going to be 2, right? I will show you now. So you have this value over here for up, the value for down is going to be 2, and then you discount them using the artificial probabilities, and your answer for this one is going to be 0.707. So the value of the option at this period is going to be 0.707. You do the same thing for the next period. So for this one, you do the same thing for this one. So you know that for up you have 2, for down you have 7. So the artificial probability for up again is 64.1%, and the artificial the risk neutral probability for down it's 7, no, it is 35.9%. So again, you are going to use the same thing. So you will say V at time t1 for up, for down. You will have E discounted back to present, multiply by the period, and you will have 0.641 times 2 plus 0.359. Now you are going to have how much? You are going to have 7,57, and your answer is going to be 3,94. So you are going to take this number, so it's going to be the value of your share. It's going to be 0, it's not going to be 0, it's going to be 3. It's going to be 3,145. Nope, it's not this one. It's going to be 3,94. And then you do the same up until you get to the present, and then your answer is going to be 1,839. So this is going to be the value of the option at time of inception, or at the commencement period, or at the beginning. And then at each stage you can also find the value of your option. So anyway, I digress. This is where I think I will end. So I have showed you how to complete this binomial, multi-binomial period. So next time we will talk about the American option. Thank you.